Hello. Good afternoon, Victoria and Sandra. Glad to see you. I don't know if anybody saw that I put some printouts. I know that Landon was talking about doing like worksheets for us, and I haven't talked to him again. So last night I put together a quick printouts because you know what, that might be a good idea. Or at least give you a guideline on how to organize your sheet, when you do a power hour. They're in the replay doc. Hey D, what's happening? Congratulations on your advancement. That was quite a month. I saw you rocking and rolling. It was fantastic.
Thanks. I
You're welcome.
had something playing. Yeah. Yeah, it was great.
That's awesome.
It's exciting, especially when you get the phone call.
Oh yes. Just gonna give it another minute, but that's all. It just turned to 12:03 on my clock, so 12:04 we'll get started. This way, give people some chance to get here. Good afternoon, Renee. We're just giving it one up until 12:04 for more people to get here, and then we're just gonna get started because I don't want to punish you guys for being on time. I so appreciate that. And here it is. Let's share the screen and get rocking and rolling. Right on. So let me see here. Where am I going? Well, you guys, I believe everyone that's here has been on our power hour before. And but I'm going to go ahead and go through the motions this way that people that they show up later, maybe they'll show up in the middle of, whatever. I hate it when people miss where we're at. So anyway, my name is Tara Woodruff, and I'm part of your team. And I actually decided to put together a power hour. Um, golly, it's going on 2.5 years now that I think I've developed this one. And the reason why I did it is because I've always been a content style marketer, somebody that liked passive. I wanted people to opt in. I wanted people to go ahead and find my link and go ahead and get it done. I did not like reaching out to people. And the reason why is because I didn't like how I was being reached out to. So fast forward to a company where power hours were something that, the team was doing all the time. And I tried to attend a couple and I felt gross. I could not understand how you could open up your browser and get on Facebook and invite 10 people to take a look at the video or whatever without feeling just not right about it. The problem was is I wasn't even opening my messenger to talk to anybody except for my close circle of friends. I just always got a little weird about that. So I knew I had to develop the habit because I knew, and without a shadow of a doubt, no matter what business I was in, no matter what kind of market or niche I was working in, the people that excelled in that niche, the people that did really well, the people that moved faster than I was moving and moved faster than a lot of other people, were the people that weren't afraid of opening up conversations with people, the people that weren't afraid of talking to people and making relationships and asking them if they were open. So I knew I had to exercise that muscle and I had to do it in a way that would help me become a better marketer, help me become a better influencer, and help me touch more people's lives without feeling like I was just, have you ever been spammed? I know you have. I didn't want to be that person. So with that being said, I went ahead and developed something that I thought would help me, and it has helped me. And that's why I said we should do this for the team, because I know there's a lot of people out there, first of all, that work full-time jobs, or they work a couple of part-time jobs or something like that. And they don't have a lot of time for prospecting, and you get overwhelmed, and you just end up not getting to it. If you only had one day to sit down and do it, Saturday it is, right? So um, this is for anybody that's, whether you're experienced in, doing active prospecting and you're just looking to get your time to be more, focused, or if you're brand new to this kind of thing and you realize that, this is the way that is going to build your business, and you want to get to it, and you want to do it the right way, this is going to help you out a lot. So what I did is I broke it up into 4 sections. First sections is affirmations, and that's really going to help you with posture when you're talking to people. It's going to help you kind of move away from the things that get in our way, so that when you open up a conversation with someone on Facebook, you're not bleeding through your everyday worries. You know what I'm saying? Because even on Facebook chat, you can feel the energy from people. I know I can. So we start with affirmations, super quick, easy, and fun. It definitely sets the tone. The second part, this is where I was falling apart. You have Facebook friends, and then you think, oh, I have no one to talk to, and we run around trying to make new friends, or we run around trying to find people that we don't even know, and we haven't even opened up to the people that we're friends with. So whether you have 50 friends or 5,000 friends on Facebook, you've got people to talk to. And the purpose of this section is to get us talking to our friends again. And you'll be surprised. I know you guys probably have already experienced this. There's a lot of people that we're friends with that we have never had a conversation with. It's time to start doing that. So in section 2, our goal is to try to make 10 new chats. Sometimes that 15 minutes isn't long enough, but it's all about getting in there and saying, hey, what's going on? I just saw you were online, or I was just going through my newsfeed, and I thank God for this new algorithm. And I tell you what, I love our new algorithm. Because I haven't seen your post in so long, I had totally forgot, how do you go about going through stuff? So your goal is to start those conversations. In the third section, we have to be building our circle, and that's what we do. I call Guru Time. I believe I got the name from Diane Hockman. And there's 2 different ways to do it, and I'll show you how to do that. And that is to get ourself kind of bringing some of that passive back, get ourselves in front of more people that we think we'd like to do business with. And then, of course, the 4th section is follow up with older conversations. Generally, it's the people that start talking to you back here, because you don't really have time in that section to have a lot of conversation. And also people that you talked to 4 to 7 days ago. And that's where this is generally, depends on how the time goes. We generally do this on our own. So it's more of a power hour and 15 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and clear my throat. I'm getting better. I'm not as coffee as I was, but I'm gonna clear my throat, and we're gonna come back and do affirmations. Thank you for that. Okay, here we go. Like I always say this out loud. Even if everyone in your house thinks you're crazy and your dog looks at you funny, your subconscious mind believes what you say more than it's going to believe what I say. So here we go. My business is growing and expanding every day. My business is booming. I'm meeting new people every day that want to be a part of my team. I'm in the midst of a recruiting frenzy, and my team grows quickly. Every business action I take expands and enhances every area of my life. I inspire people to pursue personal freedom in every area of their lives. My team is expanding and growing all around the world now. I attract highly motivated people into my business easily and frequently. My position in my company is constantly and easily going higher and higher. What would make it inevitable for me to enroll 3 new customers today? I'm earning more money than ever before. I'm known as a go-getter because I take massive action in my business every day. What I used to think was hard comes easily to me now. I'm really good at reaching my goals. Other people think I'm lucky. I have a knack for finding and sharing solutions. Why is it so easy for me to communicate effectively with people? I am a powerful and charismatic leader. I now earn $5,000 more this month than last month. I am so happy and grateful that I am a home-based business professional. And the big question is, whose life will be infinitely better because I succeed? Bam. I love those affirmations. I feel good every time I read them. Okay. So for the purpose of helping people that jump on a little later, whatever like that, I'm going to go over how we start these new 10 conversations. If you've already been here and you know what you're doing, go ahead and start. Don't wait. You can do it. So basically what we do, what my favorite way to do it is coming over to the Explore tab and going to the On This Day section. Now this could be hidden under here if you don't use it a lot. It could be right at the top. It changes all the time for me. And this, I find the easiest way for me to find people that I haven't spoken to in a while or at all. And that today's our anniversary. Okay. So our friend anniversary. So I like that. And I made friends with Lena today. And, you know, blah, blah, blah. You can see all the different things that you posted. You can delete some old stuff. Especially, I like to delete old company stuff, MLME stuff. So I can find it like that without having to rack my brain going through photo albums. And so I can come up here and say hi to Lena and go ahead and shoot her a message. Now, it's been a while. 5/21/17 is the last time that I talked to her online. So I would just say, hey, happy friend anniversary, what's going on? And keep it simple like that. You'll find more people that you have been friends with that you've never spoken to. And it's weird because you're probably really good at making sure you reach out when somebody sends you a friend request. I know I do. I always say, hey, thanks for the friend request. I want to ask you a question. How did you find me? What inspired you to connect with me? I like to know that stuff because I like to know how people find me. Were they just looking for someone to prospect, which is fine. It's totally different now. I used to be like, don't prospect me. Also, if they found me from my business page or if they saw a blog of mine or a YouTube video, I want to know how they found me. It's important to be able to track your stats. A lot of times it's just a suggestion from Facebook or whatever, or they're like, oh, I looked at your page, blah, blah. It doesn't matter. I always ask. So here I am. When's the last time I talked to Gail? She sent me a thumb, April 15th, 2017. Okay. And before that, looked like I gave her some happy birthdays a couple years in a row. This is somebody that I'm going to actually try to get her to speak and want to gain a conversation, because if I'm the only one wishing happy birthday for 3 years and she's not connecting with me, I don't need her on my friends list. I just don't. So I will be doing that. So with that being said, here we are at 12:15. At 12:30, I will be back. Do your best to get to 10. If you don't get to 10, it's okay. Just do the best that you can. And if you have no one on this day, you can look here and see people that you scroll down and you'll see people that you haven't spoken to in a long time. And the idea is to resurrect some friendships and, get things going that way. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen and I'm going to mute myself and I'm going to set a timer. I will be back at 12:30 and we will continue to the next section. All right. See you then. One thing I didn't say that I really feel I must point out, have their profile open when you're talking to them. For sure. Okay. Andre, I don't know when you came on, but we are currently reaching out to our Facebook friends and opening up conversations with them. I'll be back at 12:30. All right, guys, I'm coming back. I just don't want to scare you by sharing the screen and stopping what you're doing. Okay, here we go. Just so you know, guys, it's important that you, in my opinion, this is my honest opinion, it's important that you do get to the point today at some point with the conversations that you've opened. If you see if you see a way that you can serve the person that you're talking to, definitely go ahead and pop the question. Ask them, hey, are you open to checking out what I'm doing? I'm thinking of you because I see you've got 3 kids and one of them's had the flu all winter or whatever it is. And I've been using these products that have been helping me out a lot. Would you be open to taking a look at my shopping club? I can save you a bunch of money. Or whatever, however you can find a way. Now, when you go to the replay, you will see a couple of ideas on how to, pop that question. I always give them an out. I've heard people say, we have the best thing in the world, and I agree 100% wholeheartedly. Every single person on the planet should be and could be our customer. However, I like giving them a way out. I think that it gives you more power. So I always say something, I don't know if this would be a fit for you, or I don't know if I'm barking up the wrong tree, but however, are you open to learning how I remove the toxins from my home, reduce my sugar count, save money and time, earn extra money every month, add additional stream of income without interfering with what I'm doing? There's a couple of different ways. Now, if you're in the top earner group, there are some really good script files. Use what works. Take them. You can edit them to make them more your personality. But remember, there's one big thing. Never ask if someone's interested. Always ask if they're open. Nobody has a problem saying I'm not interested. So a lot of people psychologically have an issue saying I'm not open. So with that being said, make it a goal today that the people that you reached out in that first part, that you do pop the question and get a yes or no. The thing is, this is what really gets people. Do not stop building rapport with them. Do not take them off your follow-up list. Just because you're following up doesn't mean you're talking business. Doesn't mean you're talking Solumel. Doesn't mean that you're talking, GZ Control. It doesn't mean that you're talking, Sabella. It means you're following up. And that's the point. You want to continue to build that. You never know. It could be a month from now. You'd be like, I know I offered it before and you said no. Maybe ask for a reference or you ask for somebody else, a referral. But you still want to build that rapport. The thing that used to bother me, and it still does bother me about prospecting, is some people want to take up a lot of your time, okay? And they will romance the stone, pretty much. I'll give you an example real quick before we move on to the next section. Recently, somebody sent me a friend request. I accepted a friend request, asked them how they, what made them want to reach out. And they said, what they said, and it was good. All was great. And then they sent me a message, saying, hey, can we get together sometime this week to chat? I'm like, about what? I already know what they're trying to do. Well, I want to bounce ideas back off, bounce some ideas off you, talk about networking and whatever. No, you want to pitch me, and I don't have time for that. I didn't say that to them. I was like, well, this is how I handled it, because I don't think the person's bad. I just think they're going about prospecting all wrong. And for me, that means they didn't take time to find out how I want to be prospected. Everyone's different. Some people like to be romanced. I don't know many of them though. I said, I'm really busy. My schedules are full. So if there's anything that you specifically want to talk to me about, then maybe we can make some time. But if it's just to get to know me, then that we're going to do that on Facebook the way we're doing it. We're going to talk and chat. You're going to watch my posts. And what that was giving him an open to saying, yeah, actually I do. I want to run something by you. You're open to another. I gave him the open to ask me if I was open, and he didn't take it. He was insulted. Too bad, so sad. I've also had a lot of those kind of prospecting. It was like, hey girl, what's new? How you doing? And they don't even look at my wall. They haven't found out anything that's going on. They don't know anything, they don't even know what company I'm in or where I've been or what's going on. And that bothers me. And I know that bothers a lot of people. So have you ever had somebody try to build a relationship with you? They didn't get to the point, and then finally they do. And then you're like, ah, yeah, that's why you've been so friendly. You just wanted to pitch me your thing. And that's not what we do here in our company. We're blessing people. And all we can do is see if they're open. And we have two customers. We have customers that buy, we have customers that buy and refer. It's so much easier. We're not hurting anybody or anything like that. And if they say, no, I'm not really open to that right now, maybe they're a little shell shocked, no problem. That doesn't mean you stop talking to them. It does not mean that you stop following up with them. You want to continue to interact on their wall. One thing that I love to do, I get somebody that says no. Okay, no problem. Let me just find somebody. I'll go to Kim. And you see here, I'm going to go to Kim because she's actually on the team. I'm going to go here. I'm going to add to another list, right? And I have her down as Melaleuca team. If I wanted to continue to follow up with her as a possible prospect, I put her on the Melaleuca prospects list. So this way, following up for me can be even simpler. Let me move this thing. What I can do from time to time is I can come over here and go to the friends list under the explore button, right? Hit the Melaleuca prospects and go ahead and interact with stuff on their wall. And if I look at my follow-up sheet, I can say, oh my gosh, I talked to them 7 days ago. I should open up a conversation, see what's going on, and look at their wall and see what's happening. That's how it's going to happen for you. So I just wanted to go over that. Don't be afraid to bless somebody with your offer. Just do it and make sure that, ask them if they're open. If they're not open, it's totally cool. If they disappear because they couldn't handle it, that's totally cool too. Don't worry about it. So let's move on to the next section. Anybody have any good ideas for gurus? Because I was thinking earlier and I was having struggles with it. I like to call it guru time. This is Diane Hockman. I'm pretty sure she's the one that taught me this. This is about going to and this could, tongue-tied, so cute. I prefer gurus because I want to connect with people that are already in a home-based business kind of situation. Not because I want to steal them from their company, but because I want to deal with people that I don't have to train from the bottom up. That doesn't mean that that's your thing. Okay, so you can use niches. Ellie was talking the other day. She was like, you like knitting? Get in a knitting group and make friends. You like surfing? Get in a surfing group and make friends. You like horses? Get in a horsing group and make friends. Absolutely, that works. But for the purpose of this, I'm going to show you the guru way. And what I do is I select a guru, and I go to the fan page usually, or the personal Facebook page. Actually, I was looking at one guru today, and there's zero interaction on her business page. She doesn't run her business from there. So her personal page would probably be better. But I decided I don't want to do that because I prefer to go to a fan page for a reason. I just do. I just like it. I don't know. It's just me. Okay. And I go to their wall. I find a post that I can be quick with. Okay. Something that resonates with me, something that I can comment quickly on, and something that has a lot of people reacting to the post. So I'm going to show you what I'm talking about now. Anybody have any suggestions for gurus? I would really like some suggestions for gurus. Nobody has any suggestions for gurus. Oh no. Let me see. Who did I do last week? How about this? This is definitely a guru. Jeff. I don't know how to say his last name. Personal page is not a guru spot. I don't know if he has a business page. Okay, this guy is a guru. I'm surprised he doesn't have that much of a social media presence. But He's got 10,000. It has to be over 10,000 people, guys. It has to be over 10,000 people. Anybody under 10,000 people are pretty much in your shoes. Anybody from 100 likes to 10,000 likes are working on the same thing. That's building their base. So you don't fish in a small pond. You go for the big guys, right? So this guy's got 10,740 likes. 10,789 people actually follow the page. That's really good to have more people following the page than. The thing is, he does not have interaction on this page. So I'm going to pick someone else. Oh, gosh. Golly, gee. I'm going to go with Susan Sly. I've done this before. There's Susan Sly, Ray Higdon, Nadia and John Melton. Oh, gosh. Diane Hockman. I don't think she uses her business page like that, though. But Susan Sly, she is a $190,000 a month earner in a company, plus she has a large coaching clients base. She's very interactive on her page, and she offers up a lot of value. So you're going to find some interesting people here. And, so you find something that you resonate with, and you go ahead and you deal with it. If someone isn't going to cry at your funeral, they don't earn an opinion about your life. That's a little strange. I like that one. So I can be really quick on this one. And you see, there's only 2 of us commenting. And I'm going to put kaplow. That's it. That's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to try and be really fancy. I know a lot of people say, write something more, say something more in the comments. That's fine if you have something to say. But if you're forcing yourself to be super wordy and make some sort of philosophical statement, it's no, I'm not a fan of that either. I've always shied away from that. I don't like that. I don't know if you feel me. Do you feel me? I don't want anyone to force themselves to be something they're not, just for any reason. So anyway, we got 3 shares. You could check those people out, whatever. And then you've got 58 reactions. So we're going to click on the reactions. And this is where you're going to find your people. I have one rule for myself. If they have more than 10 mutual friends, I don't bother. I just don't. Just because I just for me, I want to explore new people. There are millions of people on Facebook. There are millions of people in network marketing or sales or internet marketing or home-based business that I'm not connected with yet. That's what I want to do. I could go ahead and run around the same circle from MLSP and have the same gurus all the time. And nope, I want more. I want to expand myself. So that's my rule. No more than 10 mutual friends. I also am not a big friend requester, so I use the follow button. If you are a friend requester, there's nothing wrong with that. Just make sure you're sending the friend request the way that you normally do, okay? So I'm going to hover over a name. I'm going to see Billy White does not have a follow button, so I'm not interested. Ashley Whiting doesn't have a follow button. Melissa Lynn doesn't. Weird. Usually her people are a little bit more set up. If you're in business on Facebook, you need to have a follow button, guys. And trust me, regular old Joes are not coming to Susan Sly's wall. People that are trying to improve their life are coming over here, and that's the kind of people you want to associate with. So Stephanie Marie has one mutual friend, and I'm curious of who that is. I'm going to look at that person too, because that could be a conversation I need to open up. Maybe not. It's up. Find out what's up. So she works at Isagenix, of course. I could tell that. She seems like somebody that I would enjoy being friends with. She's inspirational. So I'm on purpose selecting her based on what I'm seeing on her wall. Now, if I come over here and everything was just her standing there with another shake cup, or everything was political, or everything was just nothing but business, if I don't see anything that shows me the person, I'm not going to go out of my way to follow the person. But she's not. She's a little bit of everything, and I like that. She's got a well-rounded social media presence, and that's something that if she decided to work with me, I wouldn't have to train her how to do her Facebook page. So I'm going to hit the follow button, and I'm going to go find a post that I like. And I love this one. Now, the reason why I'm going to say that you want to go to one of their posts, because sometimes it depends on how many followers they have. I know when I get a follower, I get notification of it. I go click the button. All it does is bring me to my follow page. It doesn't show me specifically the person. I have to go search for them. So if they don't actually comment on something on my wall or react to something on my wall, it's impossible for me to go find them and look at them. And the goal of the follow is to get them to come to your wall and decide whether or not you'd be somebody they want to connect with. So I'm going to go ahead and leave a thoughtful but short and sweet comment, because I'm not getting into a big, long philosophical discussion. But this is true. And so I'm going to say that. If I can spell. And that's it. I'm not going to stalk her any further than that. She's going to get a notification that I followed her. She's going to see that I commented on that. And the next thing she's going to do is she's going to come to my wall and see if I'm somebody she wants to friend request. She might not. I don't write down their names. If you are friend requesting, I highly suggest that you do. You're going to want to make sure that you're sending them a message, right? So say you're like, oh, Kendra would be fantastic to be friends with. And you come over and you see what she's doing and you like what you see. Say, I'm going to be friends with her. You're going to want to send them a message when you send a friend request. And you want to add them as a friend. And that's what's up. You have to come up with a way that you ran into them. Facebook isn't suggesting this person if you don't have a mutual friend. So you want to be careful with that. Another place to find people that maybe you should be connecting with is go to your friends list. You go to find friends. And here's a bunch of suggestions. Facebook suggested these people to you. This person has 25 mutual friends. I'm not reaching out. 16, too close. One mutual friend, that might be somebody that I can go to and decide whether or not I want to be friends with them. They don't have a cover. Nope, they don't share anything. Not interested in that. So that's another place that you can find folks that might be somebody that you want to hook up with. And they're going to show you anywhere from 1 to 200 mutual friends, whatever it is. She's got 97. Jody has 14. I'm particular. They have to have under 10 for me to send a friend request. And I send them a message. Let them know Facebook suggested. I think they're onto something. I say, hey, Facebook suggested we become friends, and I think they're onto something. Would you mind if I send you a request? I never send the request first. I make them answer me. Now, if you're like me, everything goes in the other file. If they don't check their other folder, then it's okay. Because if you're in business, you should be checking your other folder. I don't want my chat popping up with people I'm not friends with, so I don't like that. But I do check my other folder to make sure, and that's message requests, right? That's where your message will go if they have it closed off like I do. And that's what's important. So we're going to do that for 10 minutes. Goal usually for me is 10 to 20 people to follow. If you're friend requesting, you probably shouldn't go past 5 right now. And I'm going to turn off the screen again. I'm going to turn off the sound again, and we're going to work for 10 minutes, and I will see you in a moment. Hey guys, I hope you had a good guru time. I actually had to hunt around. Susan wasn't cutting it for me, so then I decided, oh, I'll go over to Jeffrey Combs. But he doesn't work his business page, so I went to his personal page, and I actually had some pretty awesome follows that I was able to connect with. Like I said, I use the follows most of the time. The rare I'll send a friend request. When I do, I usually like to use the suggested friends for that, just because it's a really easy way to open up the dialogue. I really like that. Excuse me. I've managed to not cough in front of you guys the whole time so far, except for then. So anyway, this is the part where we're gonna go to follow up. This is the people that are messaging you back from your initial list. I actually only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people in today. I won't stop there though, but just during this time. If they start messaging me back, that's who I'm going to follow up with now. If they're not messaging me back right now, no problem. I'm going to scroll back to 4 days ago and I'm going to continue to talk. Now, if I did not get to the point and pop the question, the last conversation, I'm going to do it this time. I wouldn't let, you still need some small talk. You still need to follow form, which is family, friends, occupation, and motivation. You still need to, you don't want to go in there and be like, hey, or you could say something like, this is one of my favorites. Hey, I just wanted to catch up with you real quick. And I do want to catch up with you. Let me see how Kim says this really well. I do want to catch up. I just wanted to ask you a quick question. I just thought of you just now, and I follow the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 rule, and I know that I've got to go ahead and pop the question. Because I thought of you because say, hey, I don't know if I'm barking up the wrong tree. I don't know if this would be a right fit for you, but I wanted to ask you, are you open? And then go for the way that you feel would be the best approach. Everybody is a little bit different, and you really gotta kind of feel it out. I mean, it's a hit or miss. The more that you do this, the better you're going to get at it. So that's what matters. So if you haven't talked to somebody in 4 days and you didn't pop the question last time, and that was that was an opening conversation 4 days ago, pop it today. Use that. Say, hey, I just started doing that. I just started learning about the Mel Robbins 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 rule, and I'm running my entire life on it now. And I just saw your name, and I saw you were online, and I wanted to say, I'm going to get to the point. I have a question for you, and it's totally cool if you're not down with it. It's totally cool, no biggie. I don't know if this would be a fit for you. And you go ahead and do that. You give them an out, and you let them know that it's okay if they say no. Because it is okay if they say no. As a matter of fact, it's really okay. Because no is always not right now. No is always not right now. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to follow up that way. You might follow up with people from 7 days ago, whatever it is. Now, say you have asked the question, and say it's a 7-day follow-up or 4-day follow-up, and they either didn't get back to you, or they said yes or no, or they went on an overview and they haven't answered a question yet. It just whatever, or maybe they set an appointment and didn't show. A really great way to follow up with them is to say, hey, Julie, what's happened? I've been super busy. I've been meaning to follow up with you, but I've been super busy, working with my team or doing strategy sessions or onboarding people or doing power hours with my team. And then you move into, I just wanted to check in with you and see how everything's going. Boom, and you stop right there. You don't mention the video. You don't mention the overview. You don't mention the Solumel. You don't mention the need for the money every month. You don't mention any of those things. You just want to see how they're doing. But you want to add some postured verbiage in there that does pertain to business. Don't say, hey, you know what, because I joined last month, I'm still able to offer the dollar membership. Don't add that. Leave that alone. Just continue to talk to them, ask them how they're doing, and they'll be more likely to respond to you with that because they're not going to feel like you're pressuring them. If they don't respond, it's still cool. It's totally cool. You just keep moving on. I think a lot of people get disappointed when they're prospecting when people don't respond because they're not prospecting enough people. They're not opening up enough conversations. You really shouldn't have time to even know who hasn't responded to you. So that's the thing. So with this power hour, you can take this throughout your day. If you work a full-time job, in the morning you could do guru time. And at lunchtime, maybe you could do 10 new conversations. And then you could do follow-ups when you get home. You could stretch this hour out throughout the whole day. You could do one right after another. You could take an hour and add it to each section. If you're full-time or if you've got a day off and you want to do 4 hours, you could do 4 hours of this. So this is going to help you guys out a whole bunch. Make sure with your follow-up that you do go open their wall again. Make sure you're looking at them when you're talking to them. There's nothing worse than being like, hey, what's shaking, hot stuff? And then you go and you're like, and they're like, I'm fine, ... And you go look at their wall and you find out that their dog just died or something. You got to look at people when you talk to them. Jot down your notes, set down a date. I did make this. I don't know if, I think Lyndon's making one. I don't know what his is going to look like. I just made this quick. But like, you write down the names of the people, check yes for invite, no or yes for appointment. If they sign up, yes or no, and then you put the date that you're going to follow up. And I always suggest 4 to 7 days. When you do guru time, it also could be niche. It could be the knitting group, could be the book club. Write down where you were, the type of post you interacted with, because you want to remember that. How many new connections, and total, and how many were friends and how many were followers. How many people did you send messages to? And then your follow-up, you do the same. You write the name. Did you get to the invite? Did you get to an appointment? Did you sign them up? And what's their next follow-up date? And then notes. Maybe you struggled with gurus. Maybe you want to figure out, like I did today. You might want to have your guru set up, like have an idea of who you're going to before you start. So this way you're not like poking around looking for everything. Some gurus are better than others. Maybe one day you want to do guru and the next day you want to do niche. So perhaps it's a horseback riding group or something like that. Or I don't even know, I don't even know. You look at your groups and see what you've got. See where you're at. I used to be in a lot of law of attraction groups. Problem with law of attraction is a lot of people don't want to do anything. So they're not really, in my experience, people to prospect. This is a nice group. That's a business style group. Trying to think of different things that you're interested in. Maybe you're into keto. You can make some great, that's a Prove It group though. I like the non-MLM ones. Blogging. You like blogging? They are some of the best prospects ever. Because they're very skilled. They have a lot of skills. Blogging takes skill. They might not want to talk to anybody though, because that was me for a long time. Let me see. Maybe you like Sasquatch. I love Sasquatch. So maybe this would be a place where I could go in there and see some people. They got 1,800 members. This is small fishing though. And maybe there's somebody in here that I think would be interesting. And I'd look at them. Look at their posts, see what's going on. Maybe it's somebody that I'd want to talk to. Maybe not. That's something that you got to figure out. So with that being said, go ahead and start your follow-ups. Thank you so much for coming. And I'm about to have a coughing fit, so I'm going to close it. I love you all very much, and I'll see you next week. Bye.